But that really is a line I haven't heard, right? What was it? You've got
Well, it's one mouth and two ears. So
one mouth, two.
Listen more than you should talk, And
Speak less, listen more. I know
yeah.
that. And that's what's so beautiful about that Murray Spivak teaching Louis Bellson video. This Louis is a world famous one, considered one of the legendary great drummers of all time. And there he is like a child.
Yeah.
At the knee of the master, Murray Spivak.
Right.
Learn as much about how to hold the sticks and play.
Yeah.
As you do, as you learn, quite frankly, you learn more about what it means to be a really good student. Just watching Louis, like, wow.
Yeah.
So, see, he gets what you said. He's very quiet. He's very still. And so it's fascinating to watch.
Well, you watch it when people want to talk over you, or they assume you know what you're going to say. But you say, "Oh, well, no, I know you think." Wait a minute, that's not what I was going to say, and sometimes I catch myself doing that. I say, "Oh, forgive me, I'm sorry."
Oh, no.
And I do listen to Louis. I was watching, and I started getting a little frustrated with him a little bit. So no, this way.
Well, Murray could be a little bit gruff, even with Louis Bellson, no, but
yeah, exactly.
But Murray was completely on your side. He was really a lovely gentleman.
Yeah, I did hear, and what was it? The two brothers that played drums, the one they were taking lessons from.
Chad.
Yeah, was it Chad Wackerman? I think it was. He was saying, "Yeah," I says, "I guess I had come to the lesson unprepared." He says, if you're going to waste my time, don't, why don't you, stop? And it made sense, because all the people that want to get in line to learn from him, who are anxious to learn from him, said, well, those people are obviously said, "Hey, I'm with the master," like you said. And now I'm here. I want to get everything I can from him, learn to do it the right way.
Yeah, the student is paying the teacher to come in, and the student spends more time gabbing than they do learning.
Exactly.
So, yeah, Murray didn't put up with that kind of thing. And Dick Wilson, Murray was kind of like a 2-year course, and you were gone. Like either you get it or you don't. Richard Wilson would spend years patiently, and then the well is so deep that even perhaps when you understand what it is that he's talking about, he can keep going and keep you completely fascinated.
Wow.
Yeah.
I had heard about Richard Wilson too, and the gentleman you talked about, you took lessons from also that passed away. In the valley, forgot his name. I'm sorry.
Well, there are a bunch of them, but yeah.
But the one who kind of well known as a teacher and did a lot of the Latin stuff we talked about.
Oh, Chuck Silverman.
Chuck Silverman. What did you say? I forgot what I was going to say about him. Now that I think about it, I can't think what it was he was saying. But
well,
anyway.
There's a really cool Chuck Silverman taking a lesson with Murray up on YouTube, and it's just the voice.
Yes.
Back then we didn't have cell phone cameras, and then I put one up, and it's a lot of it is Murray describing his background and giving you some perspective with regards to who is this guy. So I enjoyed that part of the video, and I put it up, to help people understand who Murray Spivak was.
Yeah, I did hear that video. You're right, it was just audible. And I heard a few students along those from Brazil, talking about how well what he did for him, And there was some criticism back in the day when they used to have what they called I forget what they call it now compared to the cell phone, but you put comments up. And some well-known drummer says, well, you know, some people were praising him, and they kind of got into a little bit of conflict because one says, well, you know, his method is, it's good for back then, you know, but it really, you can't, you know, it's not really applicable for today, or like it wouldn't keep up with, you know, the tempos and the stuff that they do now, and, you know, it doesn't really apply, blah, blah, blah. And the people who were teachers of him says, no, it says, I think that's disrespectful. You know, one guy says, you know, you shouldn't make a disrespect somebody like that, blah, blah, blah. Got a little bit of a conflict. I thought it was funny.
That stuff has been going on for years.
Yeah.
Often it's classic.
Yeah.
Really.
They called it blogs back then.
Yeah. Well, if you, I think I've said that to you. It's Richard Wilson soloing with Duke Ellington.
Oh, I got to see that. I don't know if I.
Oh yeah, you do. It's on my YouTube channel.
Okay.
Yeah, like right after the lesson, you need to run out and or run over to your and right.
Right.
Because when you hear it, the idea that kind of technique doesn't work for up tempos is unbelievably fast. And what he's doing soloistically is, he used to say, Kevin, you don't understand. I'm as fast or faster than Buddy and more modern.
Huh.
And when you listen to that, you realize, you know, Dick told the truth. That guy was for real. It's startling. It's really quite unbelievable. Anyway, and it's an incredible composition, and Duke Ellington's, you know.
Oh yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, so pardon me. I can already see what's going on. This is going to take a little while. And I also sent you a video that I put up. It's got like over 1,000 hits in a few days, and it's where I'm talking about what it is that you need to consider, I believe. Right?
Right.
You've been suffering from a kind of a. Before you came in, you had told me that you were suffering some pain in your left, and I showed you, because you'd come from originally playing traditional,
Uh-huh.
right? And I showed you that they're very different, and yet there are similarities, and you were just fine with traditional. It's beautiful, actually, but I love that you're challenging yourself. It's like, no, I should be able to do this too.
Yes, right, exactly. Because I know a lot of drummers that can play both very well. And so why can't I do both? You know, why am I limited to that, you know?
Right.
And so go ahead.
Yeah. So the feeling that is most this is where it requires the drummer to be quiet within himself, not just with the teacher, as we were discussing, but where you learn to quiet the mind and be willing to explore. And although seemingly you're not connecting with the very thing you're come in to study, which is playing the drums, or at least playing a practice band, now you're not even playing. You're the thinker.
Mm-hmm.
But that's what I think, particularly for you, but for me too. That's what it requires. So what we want to do is just let the arms hang with the sticks in your hand, or without, but that's fine. But I want you to learn to just feel the sticks hanging. Now, you'll see that my sticks are just hanging, and now we're into Chuck Silverman again, because he says when you just let the sticks hang, and you bring the sticks up, you're in half turned over. That seems to make sense, you see. These aren't just words, these are, you know, let's find out what's actually happening. I really let everything hang as plumb as possible. So go ahead and stand up with me for a second. And because, you know, Murray used to have you study standing up.
Oh, really? No.
Yeah. At his apartment, I was told he'd have his practice pad on a phone book to not bother the neighbors underneath. And he'd have you standing up. And I can see why, because it promotes this kind of feeling. It promotes that. That's easy to, perhaps easier to access standing up. So you see, so what we want to do is, see, I know you want to do this, right? Which is cool, but I don't want you to do that. I want you to do nothing. Now, just hold the sticks with your first thumb and first finger. Now, take your other fingers away. Play the piano with your other fingers. Do you play any piano, by the way?
No.
Any guitar? Do you play any non?
I wish I did.
Piano's a percussion instrument. So you don't play any melodic instruments?
No.
Well, perhaps eventually we'll get to that too. That's not as scary as you might think. It's not quite that big a deal. You can get an awful lot done just with a basic understanding of chords and melody, and as they would relate, for instance, to the piano. And then you can actually start to write. Okay, so you see, how tight are you here? It's just first finger and thumb, right?
Yeah.
And just take your other fingers off in a musical way. Can you take your other fingers off and wave them a little? Now, why did your arms come out when you did that? I want your arms hanging, and all you're going to feel is a stick in the first finger and thumb. See, I need you to take the fingers off in the left. Take them off. Yeah, now it's really, now the only thing holding the stick is the thumb and first finger, right?
Right.
Now, you'll notice you're holding it. What happens if you let go a little bit? Would the stick fall?
Yes.
It would, wouldn't it? So you're holding it just tight enough before it falls. That's all you need. Now, come to meditate on, you see, how much of an impression does that make? I have a scar on my thumb. I cut myself as a child. And it lines up perfectly with where the stick should be, so I guess I'm a lucky guy. But you see, you can just feel the skin being pushed in on the thumb, can't you? All along the thumb, flatten out your thumb in the right. Can you feel it? That just pushes in a little, right?
Right.
Makes a little bit of an indentation in the skin, right? And in the first finger, first knuckle, of the index finger, you can feel it just kind of pushing in there just a little. It changes the shape of the skin, and the skin kind of forms around the stick just a little, right? Yeah. Now, if we put our middle finger on, we'd want perhaps a similar kind of feeling, a similar kind of pressure. Whatever amount of squeeze or hold or force that you're applying to the stick to hold it with the first finger and thumb, it's somewhat similar in the middle finger. It's going to get divoted in. If this gets divoted in this much, and this gets divoted in this much, and this will get divoted in that much. There's a kind of...
Now, on your finger, I guess, that's coming in, does it rest in the first crevice?
We can sit down now. That was good. Does it rest where?
In the first crevice of the second.
Exactly. It's here. Now, if you just do this, it creates a little pressure there. It creates a tiny bit of divot, just the weight of the stick.
Right.
This is why Dick liked us to use heavy sticks when we practice, not to increase muscle strength, which is okay too. Some guys have. Dick had a pair of them. He never taught with them, but one of those really, really heavy metal sticks. I mean, that'll strengthen your muscles. Yeah. But he just wanted you to feel the weight of the stick. So you can feel that it changes. If you take the stick out, it changes the shape there ever so slightly. Come on, take the stick out. Take it out of the middle finger. We can do it that way, yeah. Now put it in. Drop the weight in. It creates a tiny, tiny little divot there. Now if you bring the first finger and thumb in, you can feel a similar thing. It will feel similar to what you experienced when you were allowing your arms to hang by your side and just hold it with the first finger and thumb. There's this gentle, firm, comfortable, constant pressure in the first finger and thumb. The stick is lying in the middle finger, but there does seem to be some kind of, this is our grip. This is how we hold the stick. Okay? So now, yeah, you're just meditating on how that feels. Now let's go back to allowing the sticks to just hang by the side again, like that. Now, let's see, how would I do this? So if you feel how the arms are really elongated, stretched out right from the shoulder?
Yes.
I can feel everything hanging. The only thing I'm doing is holding on to the sticks. There are no arms. They're kind of disappeared in a sense, right?
Right.
Now, if you go into the, as opposed to Chuck Silverman's recognition that we're in half turned over, what would happen if you rolled over into palm down? So that I can't, bring your legs in just a little so maybe I can see your hands a little bit. Okay, you're such a big guy, I can't see you. But you see how I'm in this position now?
Yes.
Let's stand back up again. Yeah, let's see, it looks good. Now wrap your middle finger. You know, you ask for the first knuckle of that middle finger. It's wrapped in.
Now, when you say wrapped in.
What's that?
When you say wrapped in, it's in the crevice, but you see my fingers kind of slightly at an angle. And
your hand is out of the frame, so I can't see it.
So,
show me.
Well, I'll just show you real quick. So, for instance, it's in the crevice, but it's kind of at an angle in the crevice. In other words, it's not. I'm not.
Yeah. I dig. Okay, so you're into this. That's cool. That's fine. So the hand has its own shape and will conform to the stick in the most natural way if we use this technique, I believe. Okay, so your grip looks really good. Your left is better than your right now. So stand back up for just a minute. I want you to feel this. Okay, so you've got the first, but where's your first finger? Yeah, you can hold it without even the first finger and thumb. Now we're in palm down. Your right is in kind of half turned over. I want to see the top of your wrist, so to speak. So come this way a little. Okay, you're in half turned over. Go into French and show me your thumbnail. Show me that you understand. No, keep your arms hanging. This is all about the arms. Or the fact, now wrap your middle finger around like you did. Now give me the thumbnail. Go into French. Yeah, just leave your arm hanging though. See if you can do this, can't you?
Mm-hmm.
Go into French. We'll do it for me. Go into French. No, let your arms hang. Copy me. Now watch me. There it is. Beautiful, man. Now go into half turned over. Chuck Silverman, the natural. Not too much. If it was just hanging, it wouldn't be quite that much. Like that. Yep. No, a little less. All right, just find out where it is. Your body will tell you. Now roll over into palm down. Don't do it with your arms. Just roll over. There you go. Like that. Now let everything hang as much as possible and keep that position, palm down position. Okay, now I just want you to do this. In the right. Come up a half an inch and let it come back. No, use your arm. The whole thing. I'm teaching you something actually kind of profound.
Okay.
If I had the patience to figure this out, I could have cut my studying time in half. I'm trying to do that for you here. So you're just going to bring this without your arm. See, it's only the wrist now. But just a half an inch. Yeah, now let it hang back down. There. See that feeling you have right now? Beautiful. You don't have to rush back down. You can just let it come back and hang. That's beautiful. That's the feeling right there that I want you to have. There. Now, as you lift it up, you'll feel a little tension. You'll feel the muscles pulling. You'll feel just a little, now you actually have to hold it, but just a half an inch, move less. You don't need to move. The gig is, yes, that much. It feels a little different. Now let it hang. In the right, just let it hang. Now bring it up half an inch, just half. Arms just hanging. Bring it back down. Ah, that's the feeling we're gonna have 99% of the time, if possible. Really, this is the feeling we're looking for now in the left. You've lost your palm down position. You've kind of gone into the Chuck Silverman, which is more natural. So now you're just like this. Remember, you don't have to hold tight, just enough. And you're going to bring it up half an inch and then let it come back. So, beautiful. It wasn't shaking before. Why is it shaking? It's just hanging. Yeah, now let it come down. See, it doesn't need to shake. Feel the arm doing nothing. Now feel the little bit of tension as you lift up, not in the grip. The grip is the exact same, and let it fall down. There. This feeling right now is what we're searching for. And then we'll go to play, and we'll always come back to ah, 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 ah. That's what we're searching for. Okay? So now let's discover that feeling over the pad now. So have a seat with me and let's discover that's all we're looking for. That's all we're feeling for. All right? So now if we're ready to play, the fact that your left hand looks kind of like this means you're definitely not doing this. If you let it hang, it won't be hanging. It won't be hanging like this. It'll be hanging like that, which means you're doing something. I just want you to hold it like this and bring it up in the left. See, that's very nice. It should feel, now your arm should feel as similar to when you were standing. It's a little different, isn't it? But not too different. We're looking, I think this is why Murray would have you study standing up. We're looking for this feeling. This is even more relaxed, but this is pretty relaxed. The only thing we're doing is, yes, we are resisting gravity to whatever extent. We have to hold this part of the arm up, not this part of the arm. This part of the arm, quite frankly, feels just like it did here. Now the bicep muscle is going to get involved. It's going to pull, and we're just going to let it hang out right here. Don't change your grip because it's suddenly looking like this again. It should look like this. I'm going to let it put it back down. You just got to keep doing that over and over. Let it hang plumb. Bring it up, and you'll notice that the angle is close to be. See, now it's correct. Now look in the monitor, and you'll notice that the stick isn't. Don't change anything. So nice. The stick isn't directly aligned with the forearm. It's just a little off, isn't it? And that's correct. Okay. It's beautiful. Now, you're just holding it here. You're at the floor. So what we're looking for is this feeling here, and we call it the floor. So you have to be up above. You can't, it's cool that you're resting it, and you're right, that is a little more relaxed, but I want you to hold it here. Now don't start changing, you lost your angle. Let it hang down again. Yeah. Remember how it feels in the hand, running through the thumb, first finger, middle finger, and it runs to the back of the palm, which you've been very studious about. See, it's perfect again. That's what we're looking for. Now, like down by as the stick was hanging by the side of our body, I simply had you move a half inch and then come back. Don't go touching yet. You got to learn to hold it here. The discipline of this feeling here, we call it the floor. Don't lose your angle. Can you get your angle back? By doing that, that's the best way to get it back. There are other tricks to get it back, not doing that, but it's back. Now keep it there. Focus on the relaxation of that. The stick is parallel to the playing surface, about a half an inch. Now I want you to lift the stick up a half an inch, leaving your arm feeling like that, and then come back to that feeling. You don't have to rush down. It's beautiful, man. Yeah, lift it up. Just like you did here, watch this again. Remember, you just did this. You just did this, and everything's hanging. Now we're just doing this. Don't be too low. You have to come back to parallel. We're air drumming right now.
Okay.
You're close, but you're lost your angle. The butt end is closer to the surface than the tip. And that angle too. You fixed it. It's beautiful. But just want this stick, look, this part of it.
My pad's not flat.
I don't think it's the pad because it was perfect before.
Okay.
Okay? There you go. There you go. Oh. Yes. Yes. You look like a Murray Spivak student right now. Okay, now we're just going to lift the stick straight up. Remember, this is a hinge here. There, and come back, but only half an inch. Try to maintain as much relaxation as you lift up. Now come back and feel that floor. Feel it right there. Yeah, right there. Don't rush back. Be smooth. Remember, Murray says everything is elegant. Everything Murray did technically was elegant. So smoothly. There, just let it wait there. There's no tension. There's no pain. That's all it is. Now what we're going to do is we're going to lift it up a half an inch and make a note. That's pretty good. Are you back at the floor?
Yes.
You are, aren't you? You have this feeling right now. It's very good. You have this feeling.
Yes.
Right? Now, I just want you don't even need to turn a half inch up. You can just turn a half inch down. Yeah, well, you've got that much room to move. Go ahead, make a little tap from there. And then bring it back. You always have to come back to the floor. Elegantly. Make a little tap. Not bad. Now, you're back at the floor, aren't you? Relax your arm. Lift it up a half inch and make a little tap. It's really good. Feel it right in your 3-finger grip when you land. You can feel it resonate in there. You don't have to watch. We don't want to do this. It's just straight up and straight down. We're just...
It wants to pop out of my hand when
We're just doing this. There you go. Pretty good. Try not, oh, beautiful. Remember that your propensity, you can see it in, Chuck's gone now, so I can say this. You can see in Chuck's videos sometimes, because he started off traditional, sometimes his left isn't going straight up and down. Hey, we can make plenty of videos where my technique isn't perfect, so I have to be careful with that. Right, but in that you're a traditional player, what we don't want to do is this. We don't want to go sideways. That's the traditional rotation. That's not what we want. We want a turn. It's like bye-bye. Bye-bye. So no, you just want to lift it up half an inch and come back to that. And that's beautiful.
fall out of the grip. Every time I hit the surface.
That's okay. It's beautiful. You don't do anything with the grip. It's just like you're air drumming. Now lift it up again a half an inch and don't play a note. Just come down elegantly. There you go. Don't do anything with your arm. See? Grip is just fine. Note or no note. Beautiful right now, you see? That's really all it is. And every time we come back, we're searching for that feeling. We're searching for that feeling. We're maintaining this grip. Eventually, we'll be able to buzz it. Eventually, we'll be able to make throws. Right? We'll be able to throw. Yeah, I want to make sure I'm coming back to the floor. Yeah, that was a good one. Okay, so you've got that. It's really, do that in your right. See, that's it. It's so simple. No, yes. Reset. Grip. I'm not totally digging your grip. Your left grip is better than your right suddenly. Your right was perfect last two lessons. So just get that grip, let it hang, find the grip. Is the flat of the thumb on there?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, it is now. And now relax your arm so it feels like it's hanging. That's pretty good though. Bring it up and maintain that feeling it's the arm. We're getting rid of the arms. Technique is all, don't point your first finger, flatten out your thumb a little. Yeah, but don't lose that just because you let your arm hang. That's where you can find it. Watch. When you let your arm hang, you can take the other fingers off and really find out where the first finger and thumb is. It's a helpful approach to learning. No, I don't when I'm hanging down here, I don't have my first finger kind of pointing. I need to hold it a little. Not very much. Not very much, but I need to hold it. See? Oh, look, see what would look? Bring it up without the grip completely. No, take your other fingers off. Take them off down here. Oh, now we're working on the right. Bring it up. Oh, that's you. That's cool what you just did. You did a reverse. You did a reverse. Okay, that's clever and correct what you did. Now we're doing it. Now you bring it up with just the middle finger. Okay, but I want to teach you about the first finger and thumb. They're the guide in this technique. So I want you to let it hang and feel how much the first finger and thumb should, and take the other fingers off. Take your other fingers off.
Okay.
Okay, bring it up. Just first finger and thumb. No, it looks too prissy. You have to hold it. You gotta hold it a little. You gotta hold this thing. Come on, bend the second knuckle of the first finger. Flat, bend it a little. This knuckle. Second knuckle, not the first one. There it is, just a little like that. Now you got it. Come on, bend the second knuckle of the first finger. Now you're holding it. Flatten out your thumb. Some energy is running across to there. Bend that knuckle a little more. Feel holding it. Come on, hold it a little. Bend the knuckle more. It was really good when you bent it more. More. Bend it a little more. More. Bend this second knuckle of the first finger.
Oh, second knuckle of the first finger.
Like that. And flatten out your thumb. Like to keep that knuckle bent. See, now you're holding a stick. Now let your arm hang. Just let it relax. Keep that grip. Come on up. Looking good. There it is. Now relax your arm because I feel like you're holding your shoulder just a little. And this is your good arm. This is that your right's always looking for. There it is. See, it's the same as the left. Notice you're at the floor. It feels like it's just hanging there. Now lift it up no, don't jump ahead of me. Lift it up a half inch. Find the floor. It's got to be a ½ inch parallel. Bead to butt end. Butt end's a little high. Tips a little right there. Somewhere in there. Relax your arm. Feel that. Memorize that feeling. Have your body get to know that feeling. Because that's the feeling we're looking for the most. This is that's the technique. You've got the grip, the 3-finger grip. You've got a relaxed arm. You know you're going to lead with the wrist. Now just lift the stick up a ½ inch elegantly and bring it back to the floor. Like that. Are you still at the floor? Sit up, sit up, sit up. Straight, right? There you go. There's the floor. Lift it up ½ inch. Bring it back elegantly. Come on, elegantly. Smooth. And move less. Are you at the floor? Or are you a little too? Just lose it a little. Are you holding your elbow out just a little? Just a little? Really? See, that's what we're looking for. No. This is the work nobody wants to do. Do this work. It'll go 10 times faster. Just a ½ inch. You can't move that much yet. And then bring it down elegantly. There it is. Now come up a ½ inch elegantly and bring it down and tap elegantly. You'll end up at the floor. Almost. Remember, straight up, almost. Just hold on to. Yeah, find the floor. There it is. See, they're the same, aren't they? As the left. It started to be the same. Your arm doesn't have to jump when you land, just like it did when you played air drums. You don't have to do that much. Tiny, tiny bit. There it is. Like, oh, no. You're so close. You just tap. It's just like you're playing air drums. It'll feel like you didn't even play a note. Like that. Now you got it. Now do that with your other hand. Play one note like that. But first, note, stick in both hands now. This lesson is going to have very little actual playing. Right? So a lot of people will say, okay. It's beautiful, isn't it? Now get the other hand up there. See if you can get them to feel like they're hanging. How's that feeling with that grip you're learning? There you go. Come on up. Ah, it's beautiful. Bend that first knuckle, like in your left, in your right, like that. See, you got to hold it a little, but it's very relaxed. But you're holding. I think Carlos Vega would say you're holding the stick tight, which you're not. You're not really tight, but you're holding it, but you're loose. What is he talking about? I think he's talking about this. Now relax your elbow and your right. Yeah, you should just, that's all you need to do every day, right? It's beautiful. Now you're just going to lift the stick up. No, your left arm is hanging better than your right. Your right, strangely enough, your left is, see, sometimes the arm that's not predominant in your everyday life comes along faster. Murray taught me that. Relax your right arm. Look in the monitor. They look the same. Yeah, it by your side now. It should be by your side. It's by your side. Should be by your side when you bring it up. Bring it up. Feel. The elbow should be kind of by your side. In the right too. Like there. Ah. That's the stuff, man. I'm telling you. Beautiful grip. You got your grip fixed in the right. Now you're just going to air drum in the right, up half inch and back down elegantly. Like that. You don't have to get jittery. Just like that. That. Now in the left. Up. And come back. This time you lost your floor in the right. Your elbow's starting to get funky. You lost your relaxation. You lost your meditation. You bring it up in the right. Just half an inch. And this time just make a little tap. It'll feel just like that, you know. You don't have to change anything. Imagine you're just air drumming. Kind of feels like air drumming, doesn't it? It's like I just lifted up the surface. There is no surface, or you don't have to reach to it. It's just right there. It's so subtle you wouldn't know. It feels like air drumming. It's beautiful. Other hand, you're getting it. Just keep tapping like that. Now the other, just tap, tap. Now the other hand, but wait at the floor. Give your time enough in between space so that you can determine whether or not you're being honest with yourself and coming back to the floor. Have you lost your grip in the right? Kind of, you lost that knuckle in the first finger that you have to bend. You're not really holding it like you are. The left's better. Come on, just bend that knuckle. It'll be fixed right away. There, you got it. You're holding it now. Relax your arm though. Remember, Carlos, you're loose, but you're holding the stick. There it is, but you're loose, aren't you? No, don't lift your arm. It's just hanging. You're getting it, dude. Tap in the right. Hold on, just turn. Arm. Wait at the floor. Next, other hand. Wait at the floor. Just spend a moment there. Now the right. Floor. Meditate. Left. Floor. Right. Floor. Left. Floor. Oh, it's beautiful, man. Come on. Nothing. No, you're just hanging by your side. You don't have to start doing anything with your grip in the left. Don't freak out. You got it. Just hold it. Just hold it. It's nothing. You've got a little grip. It's not too tight. It's not too loose. You're just holding it. Your left's better than your right. You're just questioning yourself. You got it. Don't you have to wait at the floor. Well, you had it until something changed in your mind. There. That's the feeling. Does that feel there? No, you don't have to start shaking. No, wait. That's what you always do. Lift it up. Wait there. No, wait. No, just wait. Why are you lifting it up? Why can't you wait there for 30 seconds? There, relax your thumb, flat of the thumb. It kind of feels like it. Don't lose your floor. You have to hold it there. That's the only obligation you have. There. Now lift it up elegantly and don't make a note. Just come down. There. That's all it is. Then have that feeling. Back to that feeling. Doesn't feel too different when you lift it up, but it's a little different. Back to that feeling. Don't have to change your grip or anything. It's the arm. It's the arm. What is it? It's the economy, stupid, right? It's the arm. You got it, dude. You actually have it.
It's just when I hit the pad, the stick wants to shake out of my grip.
Well, watch. It wasn't. It was beautiful. You just don't know it. So you're creating some kind of interesting dilemma for yourself. No, it's not going to feel like that. Watch me now. You've had it today. You've actually had it. It's not I'm gonna find it. It's rattling. No. It feels like this. Just feels like this. It feels like that kind of when you contact the surface, not very different. Especially at this volume, are you kidding me? So if I just do this, oh, I'm gonna hold a little more. I wanna make sure I'm holding that stick, right in that 3-finger grip area. So I might wanna bounce it later. I need to hold it in there. And so if I just lift, I want that feeling. I lift, I want that feeling. I lift. You're so just barely, you feel like nothing. See, that's what we're trying to do. You got it again. You got it back. You don't, you don't have to watch. You lost feeling. It feels like this. It doesn't feel like you're even playing. It just feels like someone went and moved the pad up and fooled you. That's it. Do it in the air. You don't have to shake. Do it in the air and prove you don't have to shake. Well, that was a really good one. You're going to have to spend, now do it in the air. Do it in the air. No, in the air. Lift it and come back. It's not shaking. Now, flatten out your thumb a little. You don't have to keep doing it over and over to prove it. That's the mistake, because other habits will creep back. You just have to go. You can do it. Here, take that. You've got it today. Take the stick out of your hand now. Now, if I was holding a stick, my hand would be kind of somewhere here. This little sexy 3-finger grip. Could bring it up. Bring it. How come your arm suddenly, you lost this? I told you this is the gig. You know, you don't usually tell students this right away, unless it's Michael, right? Because I want to make sure I gotta fix whatever's ailing you right now. Okay, now you got it. Now just with the other hand, keep that grip, keep everything. Arm, just pull the stick out of your hand with the other hand. No, don't move your arm. There it is. No, stay with me. Stay with me. Beautiful. You can hold just a little here, the little marble. There you got, don't move your arm. Your arm is golden. See, it's about the arm. I know, it took me forever to learn this. I'm revealing the magician's secrets, really, quite frankly. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're just going to lift up and come back. No. We're holding that grip. You got to hold it now. We're not rebounding or doing anything. We're just turning up and coming back. It's not shaking. That's what it feels like. That's what it feels like. That's what it is. It's this to this. That's it. And you notice, it feels like air drumming. It feels like you're just going to stop somewhere. It's like an imaginary stop. That stop that feels like this. It comes up and it always goes back to this. It's that. Or and they'll look similarly. Watch. See, they kind of, they stop, stop, and I'm always, there it is. I stop and I wait. Do I have that feeling? Or am I ruining, am I using some other technique and calling it Spivak technique? You're feeling that now. Really good. Okay, now let's not dwell on that. I'm going to give you one more thing, okay? This is another. So, with no stick in your hand, what you just did was really nice. Now, just what you did is see how relaxed your body is fine. Your body's quite healthy, quite frankly. And so, but you want to hold it. Remember, we have to maintain the floor. Kind of, there's a little bit of something in the bicep. We're resisting the arm, the weight of the arm, and how gravity on this planet affects us. Yeah, you just don't keep fooling around. If you want to practice with no stick, you have to maintain the grip. First of all, I don't want you feeling this right now. That is a part of this technique at some point. You'll be aware that this can happen. Not for singles, not for what I'm teaching you. Nothing happens here. It just stays. It doesn't go like this. Yeah, keep it here. And it's arm relaxed, wrist, it's just wrist. But maintain the grip. Come on into position. As though you're at the floor. Don't let it dip. You're dipped. Your stick would be on the surface right now. Oh, okay, now go ahead and put your other hand underneath. Come on, don't dip again. You have to, yeah. Isn't it funny? It's like this isn't a lot of weight. If we were trying to hold 100 pounds and then started to dip, I'd say, yeah, I get it. But this is a meditation, this is a discipline. I don't usually like that word, but right? It's a skill. Discipline has a sort of negative connotation. Okay, now put your hand underneath flat. Now this is Richard Martinez likes to call this idea a fixed point in the universe. Dick Wilson would say, when you go up, you leave the bead down. So, but we have some kind of floor right now. Now, if we do this and just go up by bending, keep your little grip. Remember, we're just going to keep this grip right now. I don't want you feeling this. No, don't do this right now. You don't need to. Keep this really simple. Maintain your grip, that little 3-finger grip, and just, so you got that little grip. Now you're just going to roll up on that little 3-finger grip. Not bad. There it is. Now this thought, yeah, it's really good. And it comes back and you're at the floor. Are you below the floor though? Come on, make sure. No, come on. Look how beautiful that is. Relax your arm. Stop opening your fingers as you go up. Just go up. Don't make a big deal out of that. And come down. That's good. Now this time when you go up, I'm just going to ask you, instead of just coming down, I'm just going to ask you to see how you're in that fixed point. I'm going to ask you to release the fixed point, so to speak. You have to go up with your little grip. Don't lose your grip. Don't lose your grip. Okay, now you're just going to flick down. Tiny little flick. Whoa, pretty good. Hold your grip. Flick. Whoa, and stop at the floor. You never want to enjoy the floor. See, there it is. You can, the finger's on the floor, so you can feel where the floor is. Now, oh, is the arm at the floor? No, you have to stop when you finish. It was really good. But you have to stop and prove that you're at the floor. You have to end up here again. Stop. Now, when you started, I think you were a little more flat here. So you lost the floor a little. It's really all about this little inside thing. No, flatten it out a little. Don't be up here. There it is. More flat, like you were here. Like when you're here, look. It doesn't look like this. It means you're doing, yeah. This will give it to you. There, it's back. There. Do it again. Whoa. I've had students where it takes forever to get that across. And I'm one of the guys that I'm the king of downstrokes. I would, in between my lessons, which I was coming in every week for, I would get together with Dick on a Friday night and we'd go see a movie. And I'd say, Kevin, it's really good. So you're at the floor and you're enjoying the floor. It's very pleasant. Kevin, sure, we can go see a movie as long as it's not something. We've got to find something that that is a pleasant distraction that isn't a waste of our time. So you find some movie that made some sense. And if I'm not getting together, we're not going to hang out in the car and play downstrokes on the dashboard all night. Flip frame after the movie.
Downstrokes.
Kevin. No, Kevin. Just like Murray. No, Kevin. No, what are you doing? No. Right? So I'm your guy. It's really good. See, you feel the floor. Now, can we do that with a stick? There are a couple ways to discover this. And this is a really big part of if you read the Richard, I know I'm gabbing a little bit, but this has a lot to do with your head and feeling just these simple things. What Carlos says in his comments with regards to Richard Wilson in the Modern Drummer Richard Wilson article, Carlos says, well, there's really only, there's 7 basic strokes. Carlos says, well, there's like only 3 things. Like, okay. He says you have your wrist turn, you have a rebound, and you have a throw. You've got the wrist turn. We're not doing rebounds. We're not ready for rebounds. And now you actually have a throw. You got the throw, whether you know it or not. So you've got 2 of the 3 things, and you're done. See, 2 years, you're out of here.
Huh.
So you know that now. Now, you're starting to lose your grip. Doesn't look like this down here. It looks like this. Come on, straighten out the positioning. All this stuff has to be correct. This will just become natural in a short time. You're back. You're at the floor. Now go ahead and take your other hand and touch the bead. No, don't put it under, just touch it right on the tip. That's your fixed point in the universe. Okay, now remember what you did when you were just over here and you were on your hand and you just went like that. You're touching the tip. You're just gonna, don't lose your grip, just hold the grip and just bend like you just did. Relax the arms, nice and relaxed and hanging kind of. Now come back down. Don't lose your grip, it's beautiful. Go on up. Dick loved it. See, I don't lift my arm, I get my arm for free. He loved it, he got it for free. While the other guys are doing this, I'm getting it for free. Do you play a violin? He said, you know, Kevin, they used to play the violin like that, right? They keep they put the violin down by the hip and they go in one direction. And he said, and then somebody got the idea, hey, maybe there's a better way. And we can make notes in both directions. To see the motion? I don't need to do this. And so the arm is for free. You go up, let's do it again. You got to get that floor. It's looking good, dude. Bend. All you do is, see, that's a wrist turn. That's a different kind of, you have this wrist turn. Remember this one? Now you have this wrist turn. By bending from the wrist. That's a wrist turn. And that's a wrist turn. No arm. Your arm is just feels like you're trying to let it hang. Just hang in there. Wrist turn. Now wrist turn. Now you're going to want to move your other hand away. I don't want to hurt yourself. And then wrist turn. Oh, almost. Yeah, Connie. Don't lose your grip. Get your grip back. No, come on. I know it's cool. Get your thing straightened out a little better. Okay, it looks good. Okay, you fixed it up there. Now let's go up more. Let's go up a little more. More. Don't lose your grip. Come on, hold it here. You're still holding it. Go up more. 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 Come on, how high can you go? Yeah, that's right. More. Bring it all. Come on, bring it up. Come on. Yeah, the arm is going to get involved. This looks good. Kind of looks like mine. That's a 3-finger grip. You just led with the wrist. He's gone way up. That's about you. Any further? That's the end of the system. I had Dick on video doing this. I think it's a race. Okay, now what we're going to do? You're primed. You're ready to go. Whack! Oh, not bad. Come back up. We're blowing it up for a minute. Give you a feeling. Coming up to here. Come on, all the way up. Keep that. That's right. Now you're just going to. Now what I want you to do is I want you to cock to the ceiling. Cock to the ceiling. No. I need you to cock your wrist to the ceiling, as that'll bring your arm down. You can't bring. Come on, get up. Oh, you lost your grip. You lost your floor, but it's pretty. No, you have to start again. You have to come back. Come to here. You go on up. All the way. You can go on all the way up. We're blowing it up. This is a Dick Wilson. Pretty good. And you don't have to rush this. All you have to do is think of turning your wrist to the ceiling. That'll bring everything down. Yeah, I know it is. Now you are holding all this weight up here, right? But it's just going to release, and it's all going to come down for free. Yeah, but look, you're at the floor. I just wanted you to cock your wrist more. Watch. Don't play. Just stay there. That was really just hang out in that position. You lost your grip. Yeah. See, now you can start to be able to teach yourself. Come to here. Right? Yeah. Okay. So, how was I going to put this? Well, don't do it. Don't do it. I'm going to show you. Here's what you're doing. You're coming up really good. And Dick Wilson would say, up is the hard part. Down is easy. And here's what you're doing. Watch my bead. It's okay, there's some kind of throw. Oh, see my bead? It only comes up to like here. You're not getting much power. I mean, coming all the way up here, you may as well get some power. If you're gonna take the time to blow this thing up. So watch how high my bead comes up. Oh! Almost up to my head. It'll work. It'll work. Right to the floor. Try it. Come on all the way up. Just wait at the top. You look determined. Now cock your wrist up to your head as everything collapses. Almost, just time it. You feel the torque.
Losing my grip every time.
You notice, but it's pretty, no, you got to start with your arm at the floor, and that's where you end up. Now you've got to throw. Ooh, I know, I know. This is where we don't usually raise like that. I'm just letting you know, giving your body a chance to feel it. Now, if we were playing under normal circumstances, we might only come up to here. But it'll have that feeling. This isn't going to come down. The forearm isn't going to come down until you didn't cock your wrist enough. You did what you did when you blew it up. You need to turn your wrist. Oh, more of a wrist turn. I need to see this. No, you grip. Forget it. Start again. Start again. That's looking pretty good. Not bad. Nope, you got to start again. You came back there. Now you're at the floor. You came back down to the floor. Grip, grip, grip. Floor, floor, floor. Arm, arm, arm. Now you're ready. Yeah, it's good. Now you're ready to go up properly. Don't lose your grip. Just go up a little, a little more, right there. Now turn your wrist to the ceiling, and it'll all come down. Turn up to the ceiling. Not bad. You rushed it a little. You rushed it, but not bad. Try it one more time. Keep it there. That's beautiful. Go on up. Just hang out there for a sec. Now let that whole thing uncoil by cocking to the ceiling. Cocking the wrist to the ceiling, as Murray would say. You don't have to go up anymore. You're ready. It's time not to go up more. It's time to unravel. Right to there. Now, coming along. I would. Don't watch. Pretty good. We don't need to be using arm. The arm falls for free. All we need to do is know that if we cock our, just like when you did this, just do this again and prove to yourself that the arm will follow. Come on, you got to come back flat. Remember flat? Remember? You got to come back to here, to the floor, there. Now go on up and just prove that it'll come back and come down. See, it'll do that. You're not shoving it. All you have to do is turn to the ceiling and you'll get a little throw as you come down. Just as you come down, you turn. It's like a regular wrist turn. Try it. Not bad. Turn a little more to the ceiling, just a little more. Don't rush it. Nice and smooth. Elegant. Turn. Oh, feel this part of the body right here. Come down. You end up down. Whoa, I'm getting there. Do it once in the right. Look at you at the floor. Looking good. No, look at your elbow. You know it's not right. Now you fixed it. The second knuckle, get your grip together a little bit. There you go. Get the floor. You're parallel. You're good to go. Go on up. No. When you go on all the way up so you can find out what the arm would do. See? Oh! All right. Let's stop right there because you're successful on both fronts with regards to this regular wrist turn. It always comes back to the floor. And then you learned this wrist turn, which is one wrist turn, two wrist turns, maybe considered three, or there's one wrist turn this way and then a wrist turn that way, but it's a wrist turn, no arm. That's the magic of this. And guys are so used to playing with or the molar thing, and we just want to get rid of all of this. We don't need it. Because, as Buddy Rich would say, It's all in the wrist. Turning off the camera.